Hello everyone, this presentation is going to talk about infrastructure and tourism. My name is Cherry. This is Cool Jackie, and this one is Super Smart Sally, and the other one is our very cute Winnie. Let's start this presentation.
Infrastructure refers to the technical structures that support a society. It is absolutely essential. Appropriate infrastructure ensures visitors convenience and give them a sense of safety and keep on engage them to business in the industry. However, there are issues exist in the industry infrastructure settings. The presentation will discuss some current infrastructure issues of four different aspects in the tourism industry, which are communication infrastructure, accommodation and restaurant infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, and cultural and recreation infrastructure. Generally, in most of the tourism destinations in the world, the settings of communication infrastructure is still not complete. This might lead to a loss of many tourism business opportunities. For tourists, internet access is one of the biggest concerns when they're choosing to visit a particular destination, because in most of the destinations in the world, there are less or no free internet access, which means customers have to pay extra for purchasing internet service. What's more, even though they have the ability to use the internet, they still have to worry about the low running speed and their information security. Poor mobile phone signal is another serious concern of all the travelers, because if it lost signals, people might get very cranky when they have to contact the others in an emergency. This will leave them a very bad memory of this destination. Other than that, many companies lost their business opportunities if they cannot provide sufficient business communication service. In this case, business travelers have no chance but to hold conference in higher star hotels and exhibition centers. To solve this problem, service providers can use coexistence of different access technologies to confirm broad influence internet access. In addition, self-organization and configurability of communication networks can be used in the management process to ensure the internet information security. To fix this weak mobile signal, destinations can set up cell phone signal amplifier to hold up strong signals. And besides, it can provide more business-related communication infrastructures, such as photocopy and fax materials, video meeting facilities, and multimedia devices. With the development of high technology, communication infrastructure can be implemented. However, there is no 100% guarantee for the information security. And because of the budget limitation, it is not easy to keep the infrastructure totally sufficient and exactly up to date.
Infrastructures in accommodation and restaurants are the basic needs of any tourism activities. They look like the foundation of a building. They are ensuring the further development of tourism activities. First, I'd like to show you something about accommodations. Tourism destination competitiveness is the accommodation competitiveness to a great degree. If there is no accommodation industry, it will be difficult to develop tourism activities. Accommodation is one of the essential factors when people choosing tourism destinations. Many elements of accommodation can have influences on tourists while they are making decisions, including the outside facilities such as location and transport, and inside facilities such as service, prices, rooms, communication facilities, daily life necessities, and so on. Accommodations have often been categorized as low-risk products based on market research statistics. However, there are some problems existing in accommodations. For example, the tight sterilizing equipment, poor security arrangement, especially in the low-level hotels. Thus, if the tourism destinations want to be more attractive, managers of accommodation should adjust the management strategies. First, simplifying the service process to make it faster and easier. Second, improving the level of housekeeping, especially ensuring the sterilization. Third, providing diverse types of rooms, for instance, apartments, homestay, resorts, and so on. Fourth, developing distinctive accommodations, even making itself as an attraction. Therefore, the number of tourists of this destination will be increased. Next part, I will mainly focus on the restaurants. It is also the indispensable element of tourism activities. Nowadays, restaurants are not only the places that provide foods, but also become a new type of attraction. Food tasting tourism is a new kind of tourism. It becomes an experience that will make tourists feel very exciting. Thus, restaurants as a big part of this tourism activities are very important. In the future, simple dinners can't satisfy customers anymore. They ask for more higher quality and characteristic restaurants when they are traveling. Therefore, some management strategies should be considered. First, based on the different tourists with different nationalities, cultures, and religions, related restaurants should be built in the tourism destination. Second, restaurants with local characteristics are also welcomed by tourists. Third, theme restaurants should be developed as an attraction. Fourth, ensuring for food sanitation and quality and being friendly to the natural environment is also very important.
Transportation, including international and domestic aviation, as well as ground transport and cruise shipping, are the means by which international and domestic visitors access and experience a destination. Because of this, the way visitors get to a destination and the infrastructures they rely on are highly important to tourism. The increasing availability of low-cost, rapid transport has brought enormous benefits to tourists and tourist destinations alike. Leisure travel has become a key lifestyle ingredient. Tourist travel is predicted to continue to grow. By 2020, there could be as many as 1.6 billion international arrivals. Long-haul air travel between world regions is predicted to grow fastest. This means that remote destinations and countries on their path to development can now have their slice of the global tourism cake. Land travel by car and by high-speed train is also a vital part of the new mobility equation, bringing tourists into many previously inaccessible areas. Consequently, to meet the demand of tourism and related industries, the transportation systems and infrastructure of destination should become more rational and matured. There are many management strategies. Firstly, sustained investment in transport infrastructure, such as cities' internal and external road infrastructure, railway system, and airport networks. It is a vital aspect. Secondly, promoting more effective integration between different forms of transport in order to provide a more efficient transport system for tourists. Thirdly,
increasing the use of public transport. Moreover, cycling and any other shared and active modes important in reducing congestion during the tourist peak season. Finally, some soft infrastructures of transportation are also important, such as the service of rental vehicles and other tourism-related goods and services.
Museums, libraries, theaters, sports facilities, parks, convention centers, and other man-made attractions are included in the category of cultural, sports, and recreational infrastructure. This infrastructure is indispensable to enhance people's living quality, as well as contribute to better social, educational, physical, and mental health outcomes. Closely linked with the tourism industry, cultural and recreational infrastructure becomes more and more important, especially for business and event tourism. Moreover, there is a trend that building mega facilities for the fundamental purpose of tourism and events, such as sports stadium for Olympic Games and exhibition hall for World Expo. Tourism industry has an interrelationship with culture and recreational infrastructure. From tourism perspective, the uniqueness and quality of leisure facilities has directly impacts on tourists' experience and satisfaction. Tourists require a high level of services and attention because their expectation is usually high. In some destinations, it becomes the main motivation of tourists rather than nature-based attractions. For example, most tourists visit Macau for casino gaming and shopping. From domestic perspective, the large amount of seasonal tourists and event visitors can cause overcrowding and congestion to the leisure facilities. Sometimes, local residents will suffer the negative impacts by tourists' inconsideration of using community facilities. Strategies to overcome these issues have been carried out in two ways. The first one is improve the maintenance performance and service quality, while different focal points should be considered in different destinations. The second one is a well-balanced stakeholder management system. Whether the infrastructure is tourist initiative or resident initiative, it should be able to change roles to meet both needs for two sides. For example, the sports and recreational facilities can offer off-season discounts to residents in order to avoid crowd of tourists. To be critical, owners of the leisure facilities usually meet a problem that the financial benefits could not recover the high costs of investment and maintenance, and usually complained by residents that wasting their tax dollars. The issue reflects the lack of creativity and diversity of service function in leisure infrastructure management. Enhancing service quality and diversity could not only balance the income and expenses, but also receive positive attitude from residents and tourists. To sum up, the infrastructure is the essential supporter to the growth of tourism. There is more and more complex interaction between the tourism and infrastructure in building and management process. Main issues related to the infrastructure are service quality that could not keep in pace with the increasing demand of tourists, and lacking diversity of function to serve different target market. Future strategies and policies such as inventing new technology, sustained investment, measures to avoid congestions, and providing different service in different situations should be concerned in order to effectively manage the problems.